Yeah, let the brainworm do the rest of the thinking. Anyway, hello and welcome to the MegaMonsterCast. For today, we are talking about episode 16 of Ultraman Arc. I am
And this
Nick. With
week,
me
I was
are.
not prepared for Nick to do what he does every week to me.
It's because last week I didn't do it to you. I told you when I was doing it. You
He
got
lulled
old.
me into a false sense of security. Everybody saw it.
Yep.
This
Uh.
is
Damn.
your fault.
So.
Hey, I stand
So.
by what I said.
Yep. So welcome to a special election week episode. We are recording this the uh the day of election day. So
I'm doing this instead of manically looking at all of the news and all of the silly talking heads talking about the same shit.
yeah.
So I'm being healthy by being here.
I voted
Instead,
for a brainworm.
Josh did vote for the brainworm. Yes.
I we don't need to talk about who we voted. This is not the political podcast we originally started.
That channel died.
No, it got rebranded, and we
It-
just keep it on the down low until Alex gets angry.
Yep.
It's dead. Let's be honest.
Shut your damn.
Anyway,
Yeah,
today
it
we're going to talk about ghost samurais instead. Ghost alien samurais. Uh, I'm gonna.
I was so happy to see him.
Okay, so Alex, before we start, this episode, this episode takes place weirdly after a specific episode of Ultraman Blazar. This is a sequel to an episode from Blazar. The kaiju we
Oh,
the kaiju we see Mogujin comes from Blazar. The ghost alien samurai is from Blazar too.
Ah,
Yeah, this is a
And
direct follow-up to that.
and the monsters in the upcoming episode is from Blazar.
Yes, like this is all okay. A
I
lot of
didn't
people,
think they did that very often.
they do kind. It depends on the season, but yes, like Blazar didn't do that. Decker did, but Decker was set specifically as a sequel to Trigger. Trigger did. Honestly, a lot of Ultraman has Ultras from previous shows show back up, but like this one is teeing it up in a really interesting way. It also a lot of people think that so this episode is like setting up the the problem that we're going to deal with in the next episode. A lot of people think next episode is going to set up the crossover with Blazar showing up.
I hope so. I want it. I want them both.
Yep.
Well, I was pretty excited by the allyship. Like, oh, let's go. I because we said in a previous episode of this that it would be nice to get the other imposter guy back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this guy's not an imposter. He's a samurai.
This dude's honestly great, and like the actor who's playing him was from Blazar too, so it's the same alien samurai.
Well, I guess he would be more of a
Same
Ronin.
portrayal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really
yeah.
want to get into the semantics of this? Really?
I do right now.
Also, I'm eating
Go
churro
on.
cake. I'm eating churro cake. That's a story that no one gets to hear on this podcast.
And I had a
That you're way too
hamburger
proud about, and
that I ordered without pickles. And I checked the top bun for pickles. And I took a bite, and there were pickles on the bottom bun because they're monsters.
Yeah. So
I don't have anything particular to complain about, but I guess we're doing that.
Yep. So this episode is setting up that
That's particular, yeah.
So this episode is setting up that that Shu is going to be leaving Skip, that he's going back to his original position. Like,
we don't want you no more. Go back home. Go
get out of here.
I feel like Skip wants him there.
Yep.
No, they want a Croc, not a shoe. It took him a minute. It took him a minute.
Oh God! How long have you had that?
It's so stupid. I didn't think it through.
How long have you had that one in your back pocket waiting?
He's got to had that loaded for a while.
The moment that she was kind of like on the fence of leaving or coming or staying, I've been holding it since then.
Yep.
Oh my god. I mean, well deployed. All right,
Oh,
that's usually the problem with preconceiving a joke is you deploy it too soon. Well done.
Yeah, no, I had to
That
wait.
was a damn good execution.
Fuck. That had to wash over me.
I saw the realization just finally hit you.
But yeah,
I'll have to rewatch that.
so our episode also has very early on we see like because of the fight in the last episode, there's like something that seemingly came out of that rip in space that we get later on is
It looks like a chrysalis.
yeah,
I was
which
gonna say egg.
and I'm gonna say
I originally thought it was an egg, but I think it's a chrysalis.
it's a Fabergé egg.
I'm gonna
Okay.
say it's a resting Russian nest doll.
Yes.
Because literally everything is intertwined now.
Exactly.
All right.
Dude, at some point I'm gonna make you guys watch like new generation heroes where it's just every fucking new gen ultra to that point teaming up. There's 8 Ultramen working together in that, and it fucking slaps.
That sounds pretty hype.
Honestly, it was a really good one. Like, some of the specials are a little lackluster. That one was really solid. But yeah, the Light of Fear is this episode's title, which I'm looking at now. Direct reference to the previous episode using Mogujin. So
Which would have
Mogujin's
been the Blazar episode.
yeah,
Yes.
Mogujin's honestly that was one of the better episodes I think
It
that
was.
you and I enjoyed. Mogujin's a really fun idea for a kaiju. For those hopping in now for some reason, Mogujin's premise is that it's a mole-esque kaiju that uses flashing lights to make you see your greatest fear.
It seems to have a very odd power set for what it is.
Yes. It was one of the more esoteric power sets in Blazar. It worked out really well. We got some cool scenes out of it, but
Yeah, we got a giant Emmy.
yeah, that was a good fight. That was a better fight than it deserved to be.
Was.
Yeah. So our episode has obviously Shu is upset that he has to leave Skip. You get that by the greatest tell right away of he's gonna leave the coffee maker for them.
Oh yeah, that's so much more meaningful coming from him than any other character.
It
Oh, yeah.
made me almost cry.
Like it's such a good character beat for him that he's leaving that behind because it shows like he's fucking devastated emotionally.
Yeah. It's
And
like
he
when
I
Alex
may never
left
have another
me.
cup again.
It's like when Alex left me when we used to work together, but he left me his heart.
True. True.
Yep. I don't know this, but I'm going to assume that's accurate.
It was.
God. So yeah, we get some like decent scenes where Shu and Yuma are talking to each other.
Because they're
And
bros,
yeah,
and we all
yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, no, like they've be
Yeah, they're lovers.
yeah. Yeah, this is gonna end with them having a passionate kiss.
It could. Who knows? Not
I
feeling that energy that you guys are, but it could.
it would be a weird choice, I'm gonna be honest, but if that happened, like, all right, props to you, Japan. You took it in a direction I didn't see coming.
What a twist!
But Shu's greatest fear is Yuma, so
I mean, we do see his greatest fear later on, which again,
Oh fuck! It was, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah. Alex is a little that face where you're like, is this real?
Oh,
Uh,
I just caught on.
Yep.
I only watched it the one time this week. I should have done my normal double watch.
Mhm.
I was
Yeah,
waiting. I was waiting to vote.
I mean, I get that. It's been a hectic week.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get like all these little scenes of Shu basically giving his like goodbyes and explaining why he's leaving, and basically like, hey, this is always kind of like a
You knew what this was.
yeah, like I was really only here for the Onyx, and now I'm not here anymore. Sorry.
No, bye now.
It's not. It's not you. It's me.
Yep.
He's
It's
very
not.
clearly breaking up with them right
Oh
now.
no, 100%. And Yuppie's there to just like be the buffer.
Take him with you.
Yuppie's on the job.
Thank you for being here, Yuppie. If you weren't here, this would be a really weird situation.
We'd almost miss you.
Yep. Anytime Yuppie's not on screen, someone needs to say, "Where's Yuppie?"
He's on the job.
He's the Poochie of this show.
He's
That's
actually
a
in the back room just cleaning the toilets.
that's a reference to
Just
the. I was gonna say that was a reference to The Simpsons from way long ago, which makes me
was
feel old.
back when they were funny.
Yeah.
Do they hold up?
Yes.
Like, can I watch like 20-year-old episodes and them still be funny? Is that a thing?
Some of them are
Yeah.
still solid.
Yeah. All the treehouse.
Those ones are
True.
like even the new ones are actually pretty good.
Yeah, those are usually the only good episodes.
Although
I said it.
the last one I watched was not the best. There was one that was a Thanksgiving one. That was weird.
I don't like that.
It still told scary stories. They were just Thanksgiving themed instead. Anyway, we're getting super off track. They run into a guy whose fear is tofu.
Boiled tofu.
Yes.
Man, first world problems. I'm just saying.
Oh no, like 100%. We saw that stuff in the last episode with
Yeah.
Magusian where like oh gosh was beans one of the fears I want to say?
I think
Beans?
Yeah, I think it was like
Beans?
I
it's
think it was
those the
the
sl-
gooey beans that you have to like
Oh,
stir
I was
up.
gonna say it better be a specific bean because there's a lot of different beans, man.
Hmm.
it was what are they now?
I don't remember.
I would know the name if we didn't need to know it.
Hmm.
Slimy beans.
Yep, slimy beans. But yeah, then we get that scene where
Natto.
oh yeah, Nato. Yeah, then we get a scene where all the members of Skip, after Shu has been flashed with the lights of fear, start circling him, telling him goodbye.
Goodbye, so long, Avida, say goodnight.
He has a full-blown panic attack and starts fucking hyperventilating on the ground.
But we gotta point out, like, his first fear was giant Yuma.
Yep. And then it was everyone else in a dark room with him.
I would be afraid of Yuppie in a dark room as well.
You're right.
Honestly, yeah.
It-
You know, I kind of like the little effect they did for Mogusian where he's like
Actually goes.
transparent. Yeah, like
Yes.
because it leans on the thing we saw with Zangle in the last episode we had him in, where he was like the ghost hunter basically, and now Mogusian is one of the ghosts. It's kind of sick. Like I appreciate that continuity with him.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was continuity because
Mhm.
it was pretty well written as far as I was concerned.
Oh yeah, no, like this one, I think this works as like if you don't know it, it still functions really well. But if you do know it, it's kind of like a pleasant, like, oh, cool, that character's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Especially with it being a good character, it might encourage me to even watch Blazar.
Honestly, Blazar slaps, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm becoming an Ultraman fan all on my own here.
Yep.
I just really hope that old woman from the restaurant comes back and starts hitting on Dangil again.
I wish.
We
Or at least we get a
need
new
these
one.
eccentric side characters. I will always vouch for the eccentric side characters.
She wasn't even that eccentric. She was just thirsty for him.
God, was she thirsty?
She was very thirsty for him. Anyway, we get like a bunch of techno babble because they're trying to figure out like, oh, the kaiju, like we could see it, it was there, but it didn't have any mass, and things just passed right through it, so it must be a ghost.
A ghost.
Ghost.
Sure.
Don't. You know what? Yeah.
Don't sure him. You gotta patronize the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Also, they come up with the name Mogujin, which I like that. Like there was a reason why it came up again. But I kind of just wish that this had been like a pre-existing kaiju in their world, and we didn't need to like, oh, we accidentally came up with the exact same name that we came up with it in the other universe too.
Yeah, but Alex, do you understand why he's called Magujin?
Why?
Monster and illusion.
Oh,
Yes.
What a clever portmanteau.
I know. I thought of it myself.
Yes. Also,
Patronize now.
also, I didn't realize in the last time we saw Mogujin, but those hands, those weird hand hole light things,
They're
they
like
gross
an
as fuck.
anemone or something.
Yeah, they gross as fuck looking.
Well, I was gonna say it's kind of like the whole mole thing.
Yeah.
Like a mole nose.
Yeah, it kind of works like
Yeah.
a mole nose, the look of it. But yeah, we got like a few more moments of like, remember this is a ghost, where like missiles go through it, and
They
then
could kill a bunch of people in that building.
oh, 100%.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. Now you're the enemy.
Yep. Then Arc transforms, and I'm watching the part where he slashes it, and he's like, doesn't work, and then the funniest moment where he's just like, this doesn't work at all.
I
Just
love the pokes.
Yep, the pokes, and then he's like, can't even fucking touch you. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, what do I do with this?
Yep. Can use like his energy blasts, to, like blast Mogujin's blasts, but he can't do anything to affect Mogujin.
But Mogujin can hit him though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's because it's like normal type versus ghost types.
This
is a Pokemon reference.
I know it's a Pokemon reference.
It's also not how that worked.
No, it's not.
It's like normal type. It's like ghost type versus fighting type.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Fighting's practically normal.
Pretty much. It's similar-ish.
Yeah.
Anyway. We get like the fight itself is okay. Again, it's mostly to highlight the fact that Arc can't actually interact with Mogujin, which works. In terms of the show as a whole, it's kind of more of a lackluster fight, but it's really there just to serve the purpose of you can't fight Mogujin, something else has to help you, which is Zango.
Yeah, Zango.
So Alex, since this is your first interaction to both of these, what are your thoughts as a whole on both Mogujin and Zango in terms of design?
Mogujin, I like the claws though.
Mm-hmm.
Not the biggest fan though. The
sausage finger claws.
Yeah. What's the other guy's name?
Zango.
Zangle. He's pretty cool. probably not the most like friendly appearance for an ally,
Mhm.
but I dig it.
Yeah.
How do you feel that his mouth is in his chest?
Um,
When he talks, his chest goes mer 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 mer.
Mhm.
okay, that's an inventive choice.
How do you feel about the fact that his head is a blade and he's a samurai?
I mean, that's pretty alright.
Yeah. I remember I appreciate Zangle. I think like it serves a purpose. It's not like overly flashy, but
Mm-hmm.
it works. Anyway, we get the team up attack where now because Zangle has imbued power on Ark's sword, he can hurt Mogujin finally.
Yeah, he's half ghost type now.
Yeah. He turned into the
Again,
Annihilate.
not how that works.
No, he was Primeape and then he died and he became Annihilate, which is a canon thing.
That is true.
Some of the if you take the time to read the flavor text on some of the Pokemon,
Mhm.
it gets dark.
Oh yeah. No, like
Yeah, Hypno.
yeah. Drifloon.
Cubone.
Nah, Cubo's
Dri-
fine.
Drifloom is particularly bad, but
Yeah, but if you understand the reasoning in Legends Arceus, you find out it's just a bunch of lies.
really
That
trying hard to retcon that, huh?
mhm.
They tried, and it's not gonna work.
No, it's not.
Yep.
The
I
fandom will
just
believe. Like I'm convinced that most of the fandom would believe the like nuclear event
yes,
version.
we
Oh
already
yeah,
do.
yeah, exactly. Like it's clearly the most plausible fan theory.
Yep.
And that they fucked the Pokemon.
That's only some.
And I think
Mr.
that's
Mime.
besides beside the point.
But yeah. So we also get Arc doing his Arc shit again, where he makes the barrier and then he shatters it so he can start refracting energy attacks away from himself.
You gotta love it.
hmm And then he goes in real close and uses the guard of his sword as a mirror to reflect the fear light attacks, so he can actually get in close to attack. Like, and I love that Mogujin's greatest fear is shown.
Mm-hmm.
A monstrous form that is Blazar
Maybe.
in disguise. Yeah,
It's either that or it's the monster from the movie we haven't watched yet,
true.
which we'll get to watch a month after we were supposed to.
I like to say this, but it's most likely going to be that. I can't even remember the name that Zango mentions at the very end of this
hmm
of what's coming.
Yeah, that's probably it. Which I mean, hey, works. It'll be a good reason to have Zangle keep working with Arc and maybe have Blazar show up.
Oh my god, can't please.
We will see. That'll
Mhm.
be interesting.
Yeah, now we find out that Shu's not going to leave after all.
They'll
He
never
couldn't
get
leave
that
us.
Brock.
Yep. And now he's pushing that Yuma calls him Shu because they're friends. And then Zangle shows up again, talking like he's from the fucking feudal era, using the.
So, I mean, this is very clear that she was going to realize now that Yuma is Ultraman.
I mean, I kind of hope so. Like, I like it when we get the reveal on
He
who the Ultra is.
transformed right behind him.
Yeah, but like, that doesn't mean anything.
And Zangle is clearly going to recognize Ultraman. He did it in Blazar.
Oh,
He's
well,
going to
that's
do it here.
yeah. It's because he can see the Ultra inside of the person. He's a ghost. He can see it. That's also
True.
canon.
That is true.
Okay.
I need to be inside you. She was like, I'm not inside him.
Yeah, but this time it's not a caveman. It's an intelligent human-esque, and it's a human-esque intelligence.
Give me back my Unga Boonga Blazar.
I do miss Unga Bunga. He was fun.
What the hell?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
Blazar was a caveman.
There's a new name going around for him now. Now is Space Monkey.
That was going around for a while back then, too.
Was it? Oh, I didn't hear that one until recently.
Yeah, there were a few names about the fact that he was, like, very primitive seeming. People played with that a
primitive
lot.
semen.
Awful. Anyway, so obviously this is the first half of a 2, potentially 3-parter. I think this is solid. I think it's a little close to the end of the last 2-parter, but they're trying to ramp up for the back half, and I can get that.
God, I'm so excited to have Kitos back.
Yep, and the hero of Earth, Ganular.
No, he can die. He can go to hell and die. I hate him.
That horseshoe crab saved Earth.
That horseshoe crab doomed Earth
That horseshoe crab
to
saved
continuing
Earth
to
twice.
live.
Yep, that horseshoe crab kept everyone on Earth alive twice.
Hate it. He can go to hell and die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go to that hell where they only have Pizza Hut and no Taco Bell.
Not
You're
even a
being
combination.
tortured.
Welcome to hell.
All right, so any final thoughts?
I'm interested to see if we learn more about Shu being the greatest worry, or excuse me, Yuma being Shu's greatest worry. I'm interested to see if our new alien friend can spot the ultra within Yuma. I think those are the. Am I missing any cliffhangers at the moment?
Yeah, it's clear Shu is actually going to be a nickname, and he turns out to be Ginto's kid, and he has Blazar inside of him that he's been hiding this entire time.
All right, sure, why not?
It's not ever gonna happen, but I can hope.
Well, what about you, Nick? What do you got?
That rip is gonna open up again, and Gento's gonna pop out, but depending on how much money they have,
space-time buttholes.
Yep. Depending on how much money they have in the budget, they either will get Gento, or we're just gonna have Blazar be Blazar without Gento at all.
I hope we get Gento. I loved him.
I did too. He was a fun character.
Weird seeing 3 arcs, though, by the way, in that preview.
Yeah. I mean, that might, like, we don't know the Galaxy Form's full power set yet.
No, true. This is where he gets his Saturn form.
I want to see that form in this show. That was a cool looking form based off of what I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, tune in next time where we see the hero we deserve, Ganular.
No. He can go to hell and die, like I said. Go ahead and die.
Bye-bye.